Welcome back to Wani Gator. Really quickly, by the way, if you do want to support the channel, you can support it through Patreon, Subscribe, Star, or YouTube membership. You can also check out my other channel, Sinfully Pure. I want to get it out of the way. Olivia lays in her bed, flat on her stomach. She's staring blankly at the TV on the floor. Can I come in? Olivia gives a slight grunt of approval. What you watching? One of her claws lazily gestures to a pile of DVD cases. It's a box of Rurouni Kenshin. Someone has good taste. You've been watching this all day? That's a yes, then. You doing okay? My day was kind of rough. Class is different, you know? Yeah, I'm glad to get to see you again. I got called into the office, too. Ben and me are trying to get out of responsibility for that outburst earlier when she tried to kill us. Evidently, that meant trying to throw me under the bus. It is what it is, I guess. But I actually worked out my people skills. Made a deal with her and Ben, and she won't be bothering us anymore. Pretty cool, right? Olivia? I'm trying to watch. Oh. Can I stay? Alright, at least there's this. I want to sit next to her, but Olivia spreads out on her bed to the point that there's barely any room left. And what little space that was open had already been taken by the small rat curled up against her. Looking around the room, but there's no chairs in sight. And after giving myself a mental kick for why there isn't one, I kneel next to the bed, letting my arms rest on its edge. Olivia grunts again, but otherwise focuses on the show playing on her laptop. I look at the screen and need to look away as several men are gunned down bloodily by an old-fashioned hand-cranked heating gun. Didn't know Olivia was into that kind of stuff. It's made worse by the fact that the voices do well to convey the visceral pain they're experiencing. I push myself back up. On second thought, I probably reek right now, Olivia. I'm all sweaty from snow shoveling, and I don't want to put you through that. Another grunt, though this time there's a tinge of something in it. I should head home so I can clean up. If you need someone to talk to, you can always text me, okay? Her head kind of bobs out of her eyes, remain locked on the screen. With hesitant steps, I back away from Olivia and out of the room. When I open the front door, I hear someone calling out from the kitchen. Yo, Winky, leaving so soon? Damien's head hovers just above the refrigerator door. Yeah, I should start heading back. Really? With a quick whop of his tail, the fridge is closed, and Damien comes to me offering one of his prized cans of soda. Olivia wasn't looking so hot when I checked on her earlier. Aren't you worried about her? I accept the offered beverage with a nod. She's fine, she just wants some alone time. You think so? She's just been watching some old show and not giving anyone else the time of day. You really going home so soon? There's nothing I can really do, Damien. She's fine, she just needs to recharge and rest. Well, alright. He sips on his own cola slowly, his eyes scrunched up in thought. Well, still, I'm gonna try to cheer up myself for a while, Damien style. As if to prove his point, he crushes the can against his head. Vinny and I can do it. She'll be back up and laughing in no time. Alright. She said she'll text me if she needs someone to talk to. Good to know. See you later then? Yeah, be seeing you. I exit through the front and shut the door behind me. A few seconds later, it's locked from within. The next metro should be soon enough. As instructed, I show up at school that Saturday to clean up. And to my surprise, Mia was already there in the partially repaired hallway, with her arm in a sling. A janitor was there too, talking to obliviously an obliviously injured girl and giving her a thorough explanation of what we were going to be doing. I cleared my throat loudly, drawing both of their attention. "I took you long enough, Shades." "I'm not repeating myself." "I heard most of it, sir." "Mia, are you okay to work like that? Shouldn't you be home if you're hurt?" "Oh, I should be, yeah, but then Ben or Scaler would get on my case. And I just wouldn't want to shirk my responsibilities, yeah?" Her smile is strained as she motions with her covered arm. "Don't worry, it looks like all the serious work has already been done. Save for the set of lockers still on the floor. But from the looks of the hallway, most of the serious damage has been dealt with out over the month." The janitor rolls his eyes and holds out a pair of push brooms. I take both. "Could you give her a dustpan, sir? I'm sure I can do this part myself." Thanks, Inko." With an affectionate pat on my head, Mia moves to the wall and leans against it. I guess that's where she wants me to push all the trash to, then. I'm glad she's thinking ahead. While the janitor goes to fetch the dustpan for her, I get to work. The next hour or so I spend studiously pushing all of the debris on the floor towards Mia. Every time I look up, she offers a smile and a thumbs up, and occasionally I hear her cheer me on. At least I think it's cheering. Her voice and tone are hard to read at times. I always figured she just naturally sounded sardonic. My arms are starting to ache once all the trash is ready to be scooped up. With the standing dustpan ready, all the trash is easily dumped into the large trash bin loaded to us by the janitor. I just push pile after pile of trash into her pan, and Mia easily lifts it and deposits them into the bin. "Alright, Inko, take 10. When you get back, we're bringing these bins to the lockers out back." Wiping the light coating of sweat from my brow, I nod. Mia and I take a seat in the nearby classroom while I get some well-deserved rest. "We'd be out of here all of a hell lot faster if you just finished from cleaning." "Sorry, but I'm tired." "That half a year gym class with Sully and you're still out of shape? Unbelievable." "It's not my fault he pushes us too hard. I can barely recover between classes. He's the best damn teacher at the school. If he can't help you, nobody can." "Why do you like him so much?" "He gives his respect only to people who earn it, people like me." "You don't think anybody else in the school deserves respect?" "Nah. Nobody willing to betray each other at a moment's notice. Nobody's willing to betray each other at a moment's notice. Only reason that doesn't happen to me is 'cause I put the fear of God into people. I'm not about to let my graduation plans be ruined because some cunt thinks they're hot shit." "You actually have plans after graduation?" "None of that involves any of you. I'll be long gone by the time this place falls apart without me." "What about Ben? Aren't you two?" Ding. I instinctively pull out my phone and check the notifications. "What's Wheels chatting about?" "Nah, I got a text from the school. It looks like they released the monthly newsletter." I follow the link to the text message, and it takes me to a PDF copy of the newsletter. "You want to hear any of this?" "Sure, I'll read it, whatever." "Alrighty then." Good morning, Feathertails. This week we have the following announcements. Skip anything related to study or our lazy-ass sports teams. Alright, to all of our students, you are invited to St. Homans School's 201M 2023 VC Winter Formal. Immerse yourself in the serene beauty of the wintry night sky with music, food, entertainment, and much more. We will also be hosting a special memorial for one of St. Homans' finest teachers who has recently passed, Mr. Trent Latican. The event will take place at Cadr Convention Center on Friday, December 15th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets for the Winter Formal are now on sale online or in Miss Prockling's class in 201. $15 for one and $30 for couples. Please read our event dress code to know what will and will not be allowed for the formal. Have a great weekend. Go Feathertails. You didn't have to read the last part out loud, idiot. Sorry. A few more moments of silence pass. Are you planning on going? Yeah, after your lazy ass is done with the rest of the cleanups. No, I mean going to the winter formal. Absolutely, it's one of the few things here worth doing. And I know Ben's looking forward to it too, working night and day to get things ready. Oh man, organizing the whole thing and courting Mia the whole night. Hope he can take care of it. In any case, my muscles feel noticeably less sore than they did before. As I stand up to stretch, Mia makes a show of groaning in exasperation. Finally. Now go finish so we can go home. Finish? Gotta move the new lockers in, dumbass. Shoot, forgot about that part. I spend another half an hour moving the filled trash bins while Mia serves as a kind of moral support. All that's left are the lockers. I kneel down by the freshly unpacked metal lockers, my hand braced at the base. For a moment, they don't budge. Come on, Shades. I exert all my strength into my legs. That was a bad idea for me to do. Come on. I'm starting to feel them rise. Oh, come on. While I'm focused on the task lifting, I notice Mia leave my vision. Her? The weight of the lockers seem to vanish as they rise easily. Now that I'm not straining against a heavy weight, I can look at the other side and see Mia easily handling the majority of the weight of the lockers. She must have taken some painkillers during our break. She's handling the weight with both of her arms. Sweet, we're done. Are you okay? Your arm? Go get the janitor, Shades. Not too long after, our chaperone examines our work and lets us go. Mia and I both are escorted out of the building by our school security guard, and she wastes no time in rushing towards the school parking lot and peeling off in her exceedingly loud hot rod. I'm left walking alone to the metro station as always. God, we're done. I'm exhausted. After so many hours of heavy lifting, all I want to do now is sleep. I had originally wanted to go visit Olivia after detention, but since I was the only one doing the work, it took forever. And honestly, I'm a mess. I definitely don't want to show up there looking like this. Stretching my limbs out to fill the rest of the bench, a familiar shade finds its way spot beside me. Good afternoon, Inko. Withholding my groan of pain, I force myself back upright and turn to the older whale. Hey, Mr. Ferris, what's up? I feel I should be asking you that. Forgive my bluntness, but you look out of sorts. My mouth opens to tell him about the detention, but I shut it. The audit, the hall. Oh, just had a busy morning, sir. The whale bellows his own groan. Yes, I suspect we all have. Had a dreadful meeting this morning, positively dreadful. What for? His eyes shut in contemplation, reopening after a moment. Suppose it's already public knowledge. Many of the schools in the district have some formal or gala or other event coming up. Of course, since the students are still under our care, there are strict guidelines for those. Frankly speaking, it was a meeting spent talking the follies of youth, Mr. Nito. He chuckles at his own joke. But once again, I'm reminded of the formal. I'd love to take Olivia to it. But would that be too much? We aren't exactly dating after all. Well, maybe we are. I didn't confess. It's not like in the movies. Maybe I need to reread the article on situationship. Mr. Nito? Sorry, I was lost in thought. Yes, I could see. What's on your mind? The awkwardness settles in my stomach. It'd be weird to just vent my problems to someone I barely know. But on the other hand, this is Liz's uncle. Plus, he's a lot older. I'm sure he would have some good advice. It's at least worth a shot. I wanted to ask Olivia to the dance, Mr. Ferris. Miss Halford? Well, I think she's a fine young lass, Inko. I know, it's just, I don't know if she would want to go. Left unsaid, there was a reason for her current mood. But thankfully, Mr. Ferris understood the unspoken half, and he gave a solemn nod. I see. I've been in your shoes before, Inko. Which, by the way, they don't have in my size, regrettably. Over the years, I found that when my wife was feeling down, fresh air helped bring her spirits back. Fresh air? I mean, Olivia has been cooped up in her home for 2 days already. And it's likely for a lot longer since she's out of her wheelchair. I hope it's repaired soon. Yes, an open-air date of some kind. A chance to really stretch her some time to stop and smell the roses, so to speak. It's the best idea I've heard so far. Plus, we haven't had a date yet. I could take her out somewhere, and if it goes well, I could ask her to the formal right after. Even make it a surprise for her. But where would I take her? I don't really know Volcadro that well, sir. The older man grins and oofs. Damien wasn't kidding about those teeth. How fortuitous of you, then. I may have the perfect date spot for you. Bringing up a positively tiny suitcase, Mr. Ferris reaches in and withdraws a slip of paper. Every year I would bring my wife here, so that she can enjoy the winter night while still staying warm. I'm sure this will be to your liking. I take the sheet and scan it over. It's a flyer for Volcadro Pier, with an event listed right beneath it. A date on a pier? I can see a multitude of things to do there just from the photos printed on the page. Games, food, and even some carnival rides. It's perfect. Thank you, Mr. Ferris. He smiles, his smile widens, but I contain my urge to flinch. Think nothing of it. Think of it as my thanks for helping me with the fashion advice. Before I can thank him more, I notice my stop is coming up. I stand up and nod gratefully to Mr. Ferris, already reaching for my phone. Figure I'll ask Olivia now, and we can decide on which event to go to when she has her chair again. I spent all of Sunday combing over the paper Mr. Ferris had given me. I wanted the date to go perfect, which meant outlining an itinerary for that day. When I told Olivia, though, she seemed reluctant to go. She was really down in the dumps. That only makes my conviction to take her all the stronger. I trust Mr. Ferris' advice. He's married, after all. An entire evening of back and forth texting, and I was able to convince her to go. She said her new chair was coming Friday night, meaning that Saturday was the perfect day for our date. I spent the entire week looking for romantic things to fill our date night with. I still had to suffer through classes, which felt pointless without Olivia or Laticat around. Had finished mapping out our pier date by Thursday. However, that same day, I got an email notification. Apparently, one of my favorite influencers online was going to host a live event at Cadr Mall this week. After some last-minute booking changes. The only problem being it's on Saturday, the same day as our date. The more I thought about it, though, the more I thought Olivia would prefer to go somewhere indoors, especially with the cold. You dumbass! Plus, you wouldn't have to move around too much. You dumbass! It's the second Saturday of December, and the cold is starting to pick up. A good thing I changed plans, because I highly doubt she'd enjoy being forced out into the cold air more than necessary. The IRL stream would be this afternoon, meaning we could even have a good lunch before going. At exactly 11 o'clock in the morning, I knock on the door to the Payne household. You dumbass! Damien opens the door, though, and I can tell he's a little worse for wear. As soon as he recognized me, though, he perks up. Inko, what's going on, amigo? You here to hang? No. I'm here to see Olivia for our date. Didn't she let you guys know that I was coming to pick her up? We have a date planned for today. No, she didn't. Olivia's not really mentioning much of anything these days. Hasn't been all week. Oh. Well, stop letting the heat out. Come on in. He ushers me in and shuts the door, rubbing his arms to regain the lost warmth. Olivia's still not feeling any better? Damien brings his index finger to the end of his snout. Shh, quiet, she can hear us. Damien looks around the room real quick before turning his attention back to me. No, she's not. I said Vinny and I would try to cheer her up. Didn't work. She just ignored us, staring at whatever she was watching for hours. But yeah, she's not even coming out for food. Mom's at least leaving some by her door, but I never seen her this bad. Is it alright to take her out then? No, please do. This is probably exactly what she needs right now. Alright. I knock on Olivia's door. When there's no response, Damien waves for me to go on in anyway. As before, Olivia's on her bed in a similar position as to when I left her last. Hey, you still want to go to the event? Come on, you wanted to go earlier. You said you need some fresh air. gets up, straightens her shirt out, while I look away to afford Olivia her dignity. I didn't fail to catch the indented marks from her sheets on her scales. Where are we going again? Well, Cadr Mall. Figured we could watch something together. So, where's your new ride? She gestures across the room. By her door, laying on its side, is a large unopened box. When I realize what she means, I look back at her in bewilderment. Really? I told him I'd get around to it sometime. Olivia shrugged, looking nonplussed about it all. Well, she's up, it's something. I sigh and go to open the box. It's closed tight with tape. You got a knife? Olivia bares her teeth and rolls her tongue over her sharp incisors. Oh boy. Doesn't take long to assemble Olivia's new chair. It looks pretty identical to the old one, honestly. I hold the chair steady next to her bed. All right, you ready, maiden? You ready for the maiden voyage? Olivia rolls her eyes at my lame joke, but still sees the tiniest smile as she tries to hide it. She slides carefully into the seat, slowly correcting herself and adjusting her legs to properly rest in the footrests. I release the handlebars and Olivia takes her wheels in hand. Small grin is there again as she handles the wheels slowly, pushing and tugging them. It takes me a moment to realize she's actually testing the chair. To me, it looks like she's silently dancing to a tune only she hears. Finally, with a nod, Olivia looks to me. All right, I'm ready, Inko. Nodding back, I hold open her bedroom door. I wave to Damien as we leave, though Olivia doesn't seem to even see him. He waves back still, even tossing me a thumbs up for luck. Mr. Ferris was right, as even in the cold air I can see Olivia's spirits slowly return. I can't wait to go to the mall now. Dumbass. I'm actually going on my first date, dumbass. The pier would have been more fun. Well, Cadr Mall is a pretty large shopping center, nested in between the skyscrapers of the city. Above the first 3 floors of the department stores and restaurants, you can see another dozen for office spaces, all looking down at the traffic below. Working here must be pretty convenient. If this place had an apartment building built in, you'd never have to leave. Part of that has a certain allure, but thinking it also sends a strange feeling of dread. Man, this is boring. The event is probably the food court and cinema. It's supposed to be a 2-hour meet and greet where he would hand out some merch and let the audience participate in a live review of a movie, but it's been a while and we still haven't started. The area is crowded with dozens, maybe even hundreds of other people waiting for Hank. The other attendees are not exactly the best when it comes to looks, or smells for that matter. Most are either on their phones or look like they're about to pass out in their chairs. A few are talking among each other, albeit very obnoxiously loud and spirited. Yeah, let's go with that. Olivia and I barely are able to breathe in the lunch rush, and the remains of our Chinese food lie in a pile on our table. The event should have started a half an hour ago. Where is Hank and File? I always loved his reviews. He has a serious good eye for taste and gives excellent commentary. In fact, that's partially why I thought Olivia might want to meet him as much as I do. If we're lucky, we can get some great feedback on her work. If he shows up. So Olivia? She shifts her gaze to me. Have you been doing alright? She glances my way and notices my frown, opting to reply with an actual answer. Yeah. At least she spoke this time. Even on the ride over, you were pretty quiet. Quieter than usual, I want to add on. She mostly back to one-syllable sentences. It's like the beginning of school year. I'm getting a bit concerned. How to broach the topic, though? Should I even? I think so. It's a date meant for her, after all. Just need to get past those walls of hers. I gently wrapped an idle hand and rested on her chair's armrest. Finally get a response from Olivia as her eyes widen and a huge red traces her cheeks. Olivia? I feel her fingers curl softly around my hand. Yeah, sorry, Inko. I've been thinking about a lot of stuff lately. Starting to feel more confident, she lets down in the emotional wall between us. What's on your mind, Livy? She scowls at the nickname. Don't use that, Inko. Ah, sorry. What's been troubling you? Her hand clenches and I can feel the tension radiate from her. Biting back my wince of pain, I simply smiled for her. When's the last time you painted? It's been a while. Just haven't felt like it. Even if I did, I wouldn't be able to actually paint anything. You're quitting painting? I didn't say that. I just don't have it in me right now, you know? Might again sooner or later. You don't have it in you? Everything just seems like a pain right now. Doesn't have it in her. Damien mentioned that she hadn't even left her room all week. Everything? Yeah. Is that why you didn't bother with? My eyes wandered to her wheelchair. The one I had to put together for her. Her only means of leaving, and it was left unopened until I arrived. Doesn't really make a difference. This is the first time you've been able to leave the house for a whole week. Isn't that good? She shrugs. It's nice to get some fresh air, I guess. No desire to do anything? I think to ask if that meant this date with me, too. Just bit my tongue. The rest of the leftovers are too cold by now. Isn't something supposed to be happening? Yeah, it should be. Where the heck is Hank and File? But it'll be worth it, you'll see. Promise. I reach my hand over to her, and her and the hand she was resting on her arm. Olivia looks down at my fingers and me. With a sigh, her arm uncrosses, and our fingers intermingle and lock. Fine. Her eyes turn back towards the stage. And after a couple seconds, she leans in close and whispers, what are they staring at? Been trying to ignore it. But since we've sat down, we've been getting strange looks from the other people waiting. With raised eyebrows, Olivia glances around us at all the other people stuck waiting for the main event to arrive. We're the youngest two here by far. Everyone else looks around a decade older. Some of their eyes are brimming with anger, though a lot more seem more mournful. I guess it's just the audience he has. Don't worry about them. Olivia rubs her arm nervously. What's so special about this guy everyone here wants to see so bad? He gives really insightful reviews. For what? Here, I'll yank up his channel for you. I find his page in my phone and show it to Olivia. She scrolls through the first few videos. The Lana's Witch School Season 6 finale was an emotionally traumatizing masterpiece of storytelling. All of these are... Does he review anything for adults? Inko, no! No, Inko, no! Hey, you watch anime all day, you can't judge. I guess. The conversation sort of dies out. Ugh, these guys. Some time goes by and I can't really ignore the certain musk they seem to universally permeate. To our side, a few of them argue loudly about the pro-segregation undertones of Sabertooth King through slurred bites of food. Could they at least argue quieter? Or have enough self-awareness to not wear Lana's Witch school bags in public? Welcome to a convention, motherfucker! Or at least outside of a convention. At least horror conventions we dress cool. Well, whatever. Who cares about his fans? We're not here to see them. Maybe that's why the guy is so late. After all, if it were me, I would really be this keen. Would I really be this keen on meeting these people? What am I talking about? He's the one who organized it, so of course that's not the case. Besides, he has a duty to his fans. No, he fucking doesn't. He organized it, yes, so he does have a duty to show up, but you don't really have no duty to your fans. You can do whatever the fuck you want. The unsubscribe button's there, fuckers, you can hit it. So he probably just caught in traffic. I hope it's not something worse. By the way, check out my Twitter. At least Olivia's back to looking bored and not nervous. At least, man, this was a mistake, wasn't it? Yes, it was, you stupid motherfucker. You should have went to the pier. Sudden chatter rips me from my train of thought. Heads turn their attention to the mall corridor. Could it be? I lean forward to get a view. Sure enough, that's him. Iconic suit and... Is he the nostalgia critic? It's not the cinema snob. Nostalgia critic? It's not Linkara. And all. Yeah, there he is! The crowd erupts into cheers and applause at the sudden arrival. It's him, alright. I let out a huge long sigh of relief. One that shows but surely turns into a sigh of defeat as it becomes more visibly swaying side to side with every step. Oh no, it's the... Oh my god, who was it? It's not AVGN. Who's that crazy Nostalgia Critic ripoff? The guy who was playing with dinosaurs. My forehead makes a loud thunk on the table. One of the empty cartons of noodles topples on its side. He's drunk off his ass, nearly an hour late and arriving completely inebriated. From my position, I see Olivia's gaze is also fixed on the direction of the single raised eyebrow. How is he supposed to even host an event like this, let alone get Olivia out of this slump? This whole idea was stupid. I'm such an idiot. Wow, he fell over. I'll go help him. I give up. Even from here, I heard the meaty thwack of a fist greeting someone's face. Oh my god. Let's just go. Wait, I want to see this. Whatever. Many of the spectators are recording the drunken host as he attempts to wrestle one of his supporters down with him. In seconds, the mall security arrives, disperse the crowd, and pull Hank off of the poor fan he's assaulting. My face falls in his hands, and all I can do is groan. No, you know what? I want to see Linkara fight like that. That shit would be hysterical. Why me? Why all this? Okay, move it along. Nothing to see here, folks. Damn lies, as I see Hank and File. Okay, that has got to be a reference to somebody, but I don't know. It's not Red Letter Media. I don't think they've ever showed up drunk for anything. Struggling against a handful of other security officers. I don't know a lot of YouTubers, people. Once I muster up the energy, I stand from my chair. All the other patrons have started filing out at last. I start pushing Olivia away from the food court, though very slowly as the disaster that we just witnessed weighs on me. Oh, that shit would be fun to watch, though. So, that was our date. Olivia cranes her head back to see my lips flapping uselessly. I can't find any words to really say, so I just give her a glum nod. Her eyes pinch into a glare and she looks back ahead. The foot traffic ahead of us clears way, giving us a wide berth. Probably from the glare Olivia is sporting right now. Each laden step I take, I try to formulate something to say. I have a backup plan. I knew it would happen. It was totally one of his skits. We're still at the mall, and each one of them I shoot down before it can come out of my mouth. Let's go shopping at Hot Topic, Olivia. Until Olivia, her head tilts back again and she glares, now focused solely on me. Look, I'm sorry. I wanted to share something I like with you. Her eyes roll at my words. I wanted to help you out of this mood you've been in. The snort blows through her nostrils and her head starts to move forward again. I'll make it up to you, though. Her eyes lock onto me again. I mean, we're still here at the mall. What would you like to do? Her frown finally eases, Olivia's lips thinning out at a line as she considers the offer. Maybe some shop you like, or even that airsoft gallery we passed by? Just say the word. Her head returns forward and I feel every ounce of hope be violently ground to dust. No, of course Sure, whatever. My heart is in my throat from her words. Olivia looks back and while she's glaring, her silver eyes aren't as heated as before. Olivia? So, I consider what Olivia would like the most. Seriously racking my brain here. There is not going to be any art supply store here. Even if there was, she's not going to get excited over a new brush set, I think. We pass by the food court again, and I catch Olivia's gaze shift slightly to the side. I follow, and it is going to be an anime store. Of course, it's a game store. How could I be so silly to not know? Perfect! Well, if that's what she wants. Hey, how about here? I'll let you pick something you want. She nods once. Then after we could hit up the other place I saw on the way in, looked like it sold Japanese import stuff. It'd be a great date. Another nod. On the spot, I start naming store after store, considering all the interest she had. I didn't remember where exactly all of them were, but I figured we'd just keep moving. I could find something at one of the shops here to cheer her up. Alright, it's something. I push Olivia into the game store. When I near the shelves of new releases, she veers right off to the used game section. Of course. We spent maybe 15 minutes in each store as I pore over shelves looking for something Olivia might like. Every time I think I have a good gift, I present it to Olivia, only for her to flat out uninterested gaze to shoot it down. Video games, anime merch, art supplies, jewelry. Doesn't matter, she never seems to care about anything I offer to buy her. After an hour of rolling the wheelchair-bound girl around the mall, I'm starting to run out of stores to visit. I don't want to reveal how much I'm scrambling here, but it's hard when she's not passionate about anything. Olivia ended up getting some decade-old game for a handheld console for $7.99. I would have been willing to get her something more pricey, but she seemed pretty keen on getting it. She reads the manual while I push us onwards through the mall. I hear some people do this regular mall walk. Maybe we should make it a regular thing? Olivia clicks the game case closed and slides it under her jacket pocket. For a while, we just walk a bit and see the sights. This date is going alright, right? Despite the rocky start? I'm making it work. Even if Olivia's still glum when she got here, she'll appreciate it. I hope. An idea crosses my mind. This ought to brighten her mood for sure. Hey, Olivia. I've been meaning to ask you something. Everybody's been talking about it at school, and I'm sure you're excited too. Do you want to go to the winter formal together? She turns her head back towards me, letting her shoulders droop back down. Oh. Yeah? I'm not really interested. Found another bad ending. Not interested? Because? She shrugs. Just don't want to. But you told Ben you'd give a speech for Latican. I've told Ben a lot of things. Does it really make a difference? He's gone. Any speech is just for everyone still here. Oh, God, I really don't like you. Smack her. Any speech. Okay. I didn't pause, and I don't care about them. Right. The formal is one of the biggest events of the semester for a couple to spend time with one another, and she's not interested in going. All the time I thought about what suit to wear, or what dress Olivia would look good in, or having fun and dancing together, and she's not interested. It's not supposed to be like this. We're a couple, right? Shouldn't she be putting in at least a minimal amount of effort? I've been trying all day just to get a smile out of her, to get her out of this mood. And I've been stonewalled because of this pity party rut she's getting herself into. And I can tell she's even starting to drag me down, too. There's a pang in my chest. We're supposed to be happy. Well, I won't stand for it. I need to get myself out. I need to get out. I need to get her out. Olivia? I spin her chair around and kneel down to her level while I carefully consider my words. Few come to mind. I never anticipated being in this situation. But I do remember some words. They've stuck with me for a while. An account I follow frequently posts lions and eagles with powerful messages. It's not over when you lose, it's over when you quit. Once you become fearless, life becomes limitless. Are you quoting something? I ignore her one more for good measure. Believe in yourself, you're stronger than you think. Olivia? This is too far, Olivia. Huh? Come on, you don't want to paint anymore? You're not giving your family the time of day. You don't want to go to the formal? What do you want to do, lie in bed and mumble all day? I want to spend time with you, and I want you to be passionate about things you enjoy. I hate seeing you like this. I don't want us to be bitter or sad when we're together. I know things are hard, but I'm here to help you. You can't just keep feeling sorry for yourself. I think of what Mr. Latican would say if he saw you like this. The name is bitter on my tongue, but if need be, we need you to be happy. To live on and smile. Her eyes widen in shock before falling in shame. For a moment she tenses. Her lips move, but no words come out. Seeing some actual emotion from her, I press on with heated words. He'd tell you to stop stewing in your own misery, wouldn't he? Her hand grips her new armrest tightly, her retractable nails digging deep into the new pleather. My voice raises as I challenge her. Wouldn't he? Yes. She howls at me her answer. Her teeth are bared and her claws are at the ready. But I don't back down. Then quit throwing yourself a pity party. You can work past this, Olivia. I know you can. You're better than this. I will. Let me try that again. I will. It's a roar that draws all of us on out. Once again, my voice is still healing a lot. My vocal cords got pretty badly damaged for a month. So I can't go that high with that voice, or that loud. Literally. We both scan the area, still in the mall with dozens of other people now staring at us. Olivia's face is red as mine, either out of anger or embarrassment. I don't know which. But she coughs into her fist and clears her throat. Sorry, yeah, I will. Embarrassment it is then. Thank you, Olivia. I know it seems difficult, but I believe in you. You need to pull yourself up. And you need to give that speech. We need to go to the formal. Olivia deflates with a low sigh. Do you still not want to go? I'll go with you. I watch as a hint of red crosses Olivia's cheeks again, and a smile begins to tug at my face. I manage to snap her out of her depressive mood, and we're going to the formal together. It really is the first big step. Hang on, I want to do something. I reach into my bag, take out my DSLR, and scoot next to Olivia. I point the lens towards us, making sure we're both in frame. Say cheese! Let's see how it is. Aw, come on, Olivia. Cheeky. Hey, come on, you gotta smile. I wait for the crude grin to form across her face before I snap the photo and immortalize the memory. Whoops, must have accidentally turned on the flash. Sorry, Olivia. So that's where we're gonna leave it. So we'll do the winter formal next time. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Sinfully Pure, and keep being awesome. Bye, guys.